Hey everyone, Antibeta1M here and welcome to my channel. In the years 2017 to 2019 or thereabouts, I was a volunteer worker at the Karawatha Forest Discovery Centre. This is a discovery centre where there are lots of exhibits and interesting displays about the forest nearby, and of course in the forest itself there's a space to find solace and isolation and get in touch with nature again. And it's a place that was saved from logging by a conservationist, I think in the 1940s or something. So it's a beautiful centre in some ways, but quite small, and there I used to volunteer by sitting at a table which included samples of animals and plants and things from the ground and that sort of thing, and I would show people who came into the visitors who came to the centre these particular samples and explain what they were all about. Now the point I wanted to make in this video is the fact that I dealt with a lot of children and adults in that centre, and I came into first-hand contact with a lot of young children, even preschool age children, and slightly older children as well, and their parents and their guardians and so on. And a lot of these children were really badly treated. Now I didn't exactly see their parents beating them up or slapping them or scolding them necessarily, but there were some really terrible things, like nasty, very stern things said by the parents to their children, and they treat their children like shit. And some other children, on the other hand, were treated very liberally and allowed to do anything, absolutely anything they wanted to, with absolutely no rules in place. It says a lot about children. It says a lot about the way that our world exists and how it's formulated in an ad hoc way. I obviously don't believe that every parent and every guardian deserves to have children, and those that have children often don't know how to raise children properly. So it's an ad hoc way that the world exists, because children exist in their billions today, and we simply don't know how the future's going to unfold. There's so many unhappy people these days, so many unhappy people, and that's as a result of their formative years, being brought up in a way and in a system and in a world where everything is so corrupt and wicked. Now, I'm an antinatalist, which means that I don't believe in the breeding of children at all. I believe that I'm being a very responsible person by not breeding at all and not holding any children at bay in my apartment or anywhere else. But I also believe that those children that we do have in our world should be treated with the utmost respect. And the problem with children is they require so many resources, they require so much care and love and resources in order to make them the best person possible. And it's simply not happening in the world today. Even in a country like Australia, where we're so privileged, and we have government support, and we have government protection sometimes, and we have people to protect us and people to look after us, that's not always true. Sometimes there is not enough protection. Sometimes there is too much protection. Sometimes there is too much mollycoddling involved with the way that people raise their children. So it's really sad that the world we live in doesn't teach children to be the respectable and respectful people that they really could be. Now, a lot of people who demean my antinatalist views say that I don't have experience. Because I've never raised a child myself, I don't have experience with childcare and with what it means to be a child raiser. I absolutely disagree with that, because I've seen firsthand the way that children are treated on a first-hand basis at Karawatha Forest Discovery Centre, and those few experiences that I have had such a distinct and profound effect on me, that I claim to know much more than a lot of parents know about how to raise their child. If I were to raise a child myself, and for some reason I was a foster carer or something, I would make so many very wise decisions for my children. I would read to them every day. I would teach them how to be friends and socialise with their siblings. I would teach them how to be self-dependent. I would teach them how to have a mobile phone. I would teach them how to be responsible in the use of that phone. I would give them everything they need, from shelter to food, vegan food, a proper balanced diet, you know, how to deal with technology, how to manage technology, how to manage themselves, how to blooming wipe their bottom, or you know, go to the toilet, or everything that needs to be done and said to those children needs to be done and said in their formative years. But without that proper care and attention, they will grow up to be nasty, brutish, have lives which are miserable and short. And that's exactly what we don't want. So next time you decide to have children, please reconsider. Please decide to have fewer or no children whatsoever. But if you do decide to have children, just realize how big a responsibility it actually is, and how terrible it is if those children aren't raised in the right way. So there's my rant for today, and I will see you next time in the next video. Bye for now.